celebration. And thanks to Sprint's Unlimited plan, you can call or text her number or email her address for no extra cost. So congratulate her, sing to her, and together we can give a complete stranger the best birthday ever. Go ahead, world. Unlimit yourself. Sprint, America's favorite 4G network.
The city needs our help. We could be heroes.
I'll need a car.
Yes, we will.
We need some weapons.
Yeah.
But no tights.
The Green Hornet. Get it on Blu-ray and DVD May 3rd.
Yeah, so apparently the engineers who built the new 2011 F-150 just got back from a road trip to the future with a new truck engine, okay? It's a bit of high-tech genius called EcoBoost. It kicks out power and fuel economy. Try 420 pound-feet of torque and, from our pals at the EPA, an estimated 22 highway miles per gallon. This is the future. This is the new F-150.
Just announced. Get 0% financing for 60 months or up to $2,500 cash back. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Join the movement. Pledge to play 60 at NFLRush.com.
We're back, and the Jet fans have waited here for 3.5 hours for this moment. The New York Jets, who are 2 for 2, making it to the AFC Championship game under Rex Ryan, while not winning their divisions, win it all on the road. They and the Ravens are road warriors, and here comes the Jets pick.
With the 30th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Muhammad Wilkerson, defensive tackle, Temple.
Yeah, Temple. He's a motor guy, defensive tackle. That was, you saw a view of him, and fitting that we say this during the NFL Draft. He was live in Roselle, New Jersey. It's a name that might. Interesting player at Temple, live in Roselle, New Jersey. Muhammad Wilkerson, Jets, again, more pressure up front.
You could make an argument this is the best pick in the first round. I mean, this is a guy I thought was the 10th, 11th best player in this draft. You get getting him at where they do at pick number 30. Needing help at this spot, Sean Ellis getting up there in age, plus he's a free agent. He's the best player on their defensive line. Kid's 6'4", 315 pounds. Gets into that backfield, can get some sacks. Nobody except Jared Brick from Nebraska is a defensive tackle who had more sacks than this kid the last 2 years. Go back to the Penn State game this past year. You see a kid all over the field making plays, getting in that backfield, getting sacks, making tackles. He had 10 tackles in that game, 1 for loss. Broke up, batted down a couple passes. Was disruptive against the Nittany Lions, John. Good football player and fits that scheme as a 3-4 defensive end.
I think you just made the best point. He's played in a 3-4 at Temple. And when I watched all this college tape, the Temple Owls stood out to me. They play as hard as anybody in the country under Al Golden, who just left to go to Miami. This kid has a wingspan. He could hand Roger Goodell a Coke from up here. He's going to be a perfect New York Jet. Sean Ellis is getting up there a little bit. They tried to bring in Trevor Price. This guy can rush the passer, defend a run. He can intimidate people just like Rex Ryan likes those Jets to do.
Around a 4.96.
Unbelievable.
315 pounds. Like I said, he was all over that field against Penn State in that backfield, chasing, sideline. I mean, this kid is a disruptive force. And to get him where they did, a defensive lineman like Wilkerson, that's what happens when you get some reaches. You get a good player late in the first round. I got to do this, Boom.
You got to do this. Well, first of all, 11 defensive linemen picked. That's almost a record.
With the 31st pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Cameron Hayward, defensive end, Ohio State.
Well, here's another nice story. Mel, you got the Steeler hat on. What happened there?
You know, the Ravens, that's my team, right, Boom? Well, the Steelers, they're not, but Dari Noken, I'm my co-host on Saturday, Dari No Show, Saturday morning, ESPN Radio, 8 to noon. Lost a little friendly wager with Dari, had to wear the Steeler hat.
Well, you and young Hayward, the son of Greg Ironhead Hayward, right? See, I mean, we've got NFL we got NFL bloodlines here late in the draft.
I just left Ohio State. I've studied the Buckeyes for a few days, and they can't stop talking about this kid, Cameron Hayward. He plays all over the place. He's the leader of the Ohio State Buckeyes, at least he has been the last 3 or 4 years. His best work comes when he's rushing over the guard in nickel situations. He is a relentless football player, the son of Ironhead Hayward. We know he's got great bloodlines. How about that for an instinctive play at 288? Mel, what do you think of this guy? I love him.
Well, it's what they are looking for, and that's the thing. They wanted to get younger on the defensive line. You think about the guys they have up front. They added Ziggy Hood a few years ago, needed that a little bit more youth. One thing about Cameron Hayward, solid against the run, your 3-4 end, big kid. One last talk about his father, the late great Ironhead Hayward. Remember what the job he did with the Pitt Panthers. Think about Cameron Hayward. Go up against Gabe Karimi, you're neutralized. You know, game that made him a first-round pick and really helped him was the Arkansas game. You know, you think about going back to a game where they needed us to step up. They were playing Arkansas. You got Ryan Mallett, the Sugar Bowl, big stage, and here's Cameron Hayward, unblockable in that game. That was a game that I think solidified that first-round grade.
So his dad played it for the Pitt Panthers. Cameron Hayward will play for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who, as we all know, represented the AFC in the Super Bowl for the 3rd time in the last 6 years. Next up, the Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers with the last pick in the first round.
There it is, 7th to the Vikings, Adrian Peterson.
Who could have guessed that a 7th overall pick would be considered a steal? Well, you. With NFL Mobile only from Verizon, your phone is your very own NFL Draft headquarters. Go inside every team's fan war room, monitor each selection, and get live alerts as the picks happen. So you'll know who's going where, when. NFL Mobile only from Verizon, built so you can rule the air.
Here's the deal. You hate blowing money, but you want a ton of food. Taco Bell's $5 box. A cheesy double-decker taco, burrito supreme, taco supreme, cinnamon twist, and medium soda. All for just $5. Now that's a deal.
What's your beer say about you? With the new My Bud Light bottle, it says whatever you want. Grab a key or coin and write your name, number, whatever, for a limited time only. Same great Bud Light, great new label. Here we go.
This week on baseball's biggest stage, Cy Young Award winner Cliff Lee chose the rubber in an NL East rivalry. It's the Mets and the Phillies. Sunday night at 8 on ESPN.
The Green Bay Packers select
Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson,
A.J.
Hawk,
Clay Matthews,
Donald Driver. The NFL Draft continues tomorrow at 6 on ESPN.
Remember when you didn't have to spend a lot to give Mom something special on Mother's Day? With Pro Flowers, that's still true. Send Mom a gift she'll love.
They say the average person will own 12 cars in their lifetime. So ask yourself, which car will you remember? Get 2.9% financing on the 2011 IS250. See your Lexus dealer.
Howdy, folks. I'm Tex Earnhardt. You know I've been around rodeos and Fords all my life, so I'm excited to invite you to our newest addition to the Earnhardt family, Rodeo Ford, an Earnhardt dealership in Goodyear. Since 1951, we've offered our customers great services and prices on America's best cars and trucks. Come by or visit us online at rodeofordaz.com. The Earnhardt name is a name you can trust. You have my word, and that ain't no bull.
The Packers, the 6th seed, beat the Eagles in Philly 21-16. They torched the #1 seed Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta 48-21. And then against arch rival Chicago at Soldier Field, Aaron Rodgers and company would win that 21-14 to go on to the Super Bowl, in which they played the Pittsburgh Steelers. Collins with the pick for the score of Big Ben. Aaron Rodgers was tremendous. The Packers would be champs again.
In the Super Bowl, Chris.
Yep.
That's coaching. Tramon Williams, cornerback out of Louisiana Tech, same thing. I mean, you talk about guys that were undrafted, passed over. Think about it, James Starks, a 6th-round pick, running back out of Buffalo, and the job he did helping his team get to a Super Bowl. Pretty amazing the job they do scouting and evaluating.